back. High.
Here you go, Sarah. Here you go, Sarah.
There you go. Sorry. Yeah, they'll have a new session, so they should be doing the national anthem. right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center and the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals, and we're moving into 5A now, the Class 5A semifinals. The Rickards Raiders out of Tallahassee with a record of 21-8. Their opponent tonight, the Bartram Trail Bears out of St. John's near Jacksonville with a record of 22-6. Coach Rick Victor, I'm Marty Paulman. Welcome you back to the Lakeland Center. Rick Victor, the head coach of Lake Nona High School in Orlando, has joined us all day today, and we saw a state champion in 3A crowned today, PK Young, the Blue Wave out of Gainesville winning it. And then 4A, the Dunbar team just won Fort Myers. Dunbar getting it done over Jacksonville Reval. The Dunbar Tigers win their first state championship in the history of the girls basketball program. And now we move on to Class 5A to semifinals tonight.
Well, you know, the early games, great play, you know, a little sloppy in the 4A, you know, 49 turnovers. Oh my goodness, you know, I mean, but it turned out to be, you know, something that Dunbar ended up pulling it off, and what a great job. But now we're in my division, as they say, the 5As, and I can say this, my hope is that I'll be sitting here on this position, not necessarily with you guys on this side, maybe on the other side, hopefully in the near future again.
Well, and you mentioned that too. Your team won its first district playoff game, first regional playoff game, lost to Titusville in the regional semifinals, but then lost to Lakewood. St. Pete Lakewood will be playing coming up against Fort Lauderdale Dillard. But right now we have this first game, Bartram Trail and Rickards, and the starting lineup for the Bartram Trail Bears. Number 1, 5'7" senior guard Allie Mano, their leading scorer, as she averages almost 19 points a game.
Yeah.
Number 5, sophomore forward, 5'11" Sarah Ragland. Number 21, 5'8" senior guard Melissa Coggins. Number 22, 5'11" sophomore guard Madison French. And number 23, 5'8" freshman guard Brooke Barlow. That's the starting line for Bartram Trail. Enters with a record of 22-6. For the Rickards Raiders, their starting lineup, number 3, 5'5" sophomore guard Gabrielle Figures. Number 4, 5'8" senior guard Kenesha Jackson. Number 15, 5'9" junior guard Alexis Nelson. Number 22, 5'7" senior guard Taisha Guinea. And number 40, 5'10" sophomore center Shannon Owens. Rickards has 3 players that average double figures, led by Guinea with 14.5 per game. Kenesha Jackson averages 11.1, and Shannon Owens at 10.4. So very balanced scoring attack for Sharia Davis's team. She's in her 4th year as a head coach at Rickards, a record of 87-26. And for Bartram Trail, Ben Wendell, their head coach, his 5th season at Bartram Trail, record of 105-35, only 31 years old. And a reminder, if you want to remember this game or as a cherished memory, family and friends, or even fans of both teams, go to FHSAAsports.com and buy a DVD of this broadcast and all of the state semifinals and finals games this week here at the Lakeland Center. Again, that's FHSAAsports.com to buy DVDs of this game and every game in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. We're ready for basketball. Bartram Trail wearing the black uniforms tonight with the white letters, or white numerals, the blue letters and white trim, and Rickards in the white uniforms with the blue letters and numerals, the yellow trim and blue stripes. Quickly, Bartram Trail wins the tip, and there's Allie Mano scoring the first basket of the game. Bartram Trail takes an early 2-0 lead.
Right away, full court press by the Trail.
The Trail, I like that. Driving in the floater no good by Shannon Owens, the sophomore center, out of bounds. Shannon Owens at 5'10" is the center for Rickards, who, by the way, their road to Lakeland, they defeated Panama City Arnold 65-39, Crawfordville McCullough 65-35, and then knocked off Jacksonville Paxson 65-53. Their last appearance in the finals a year ago, they lost to North Broward Prep 53-49 in the 3A semifinal. Their 4th consecutive appearance in the state semifinal round, still looking for that elusive state title, as that shot hits underneath the basket by Alexis Nelson. For Bartram Trail, as Sarah Ragland in trouble and off to Mano across half court, and she is able to get it to Madison French. French driving in, throws one up, it's no good, but we'll have a foul coming up on the Rickards Raiders.
It's kind of an interesting mix of 2 different types of play by each squad. Bartram Trail is you know, a lot taller, a little thin physically, but their focus is to pressure the ball hard and to try to get the ball down inside. Looks like Rickards you know, is trying to do a little bit differently they want to play a little bit more up-tempo. We've seen a lot of that recently. They want to play up-tempo, and they want to try to get the ball inside off the quick pass by moving the ball quickly down the floor.
Madison French misses the first free throw, so the second attempt is through. 1 for 2 for French. It's 3-0 early Bartram Trail. Bartram Trail's road to Lakeland. They defeated North Marion 53-10. Palatka, who they lost to during the season by 29, they beat them by 24 in the regional semi, 74-50, as that shot blocked. Guinea's shot blocked. She gets her own rebound. That shot again partially blocked, and it ends up in the hands of Bartram Trail's Melissa Coggins. Now Allie Mano, and she lost it. It ends up in the hands of Coggins. Mano now gets it back, and boy, that ball tipped, almost taken away again. Now Coggins in trouble. Rickards really swarming to the ball, but driving all the way in, missing the shot from the baseline is Brooke Barlow, and the loose ball will go out of bounds back to Bartram Trail. It's actually 3-0 Bartram Trail. The scoreboard here, our scoreboard's correct. The scoreboard here in the Lakeland Center says 2, but to finish the Bartram Trail story, they beat Gulf High School 56-39. This is their first semifinal appearance since 2005. They lost to Fort Lauderdale Dillard, and a lot of teams lose to Dillard 66-50 in a 5A semifinal. We'll see Dillard again later tonight, looking for their third straight state title under Marcia Pender as they'll play St. Pete Lakewood.
Yeah, she has over 900.
That's that's a Dean Smith, Bob Knight, Mike Krzyzewski number there. 900 wins. How many wins do you have?
I'm at 460
That's
right
a lot
now.
of wins.
Well, thank you.
I mean, that's seriously. But when you think about it, she's got 900, but she's been doing it for.
I can actually say this. I've had the pleasure of coaching against the National High School Federation coach that has the most wins in history.
Really?
His name was Leo Tasker, Hobbs, New Mexico.
New Mexico. And how many did he have? Over 1,000?
Well, when I coached against him, he had like 1,270 some wins.
You got a coach for like 40 some years.
He was in his 70s. He was in his 70s when I coached, and he always came out and they had a padded chair for him back in the day. This is back in the Middle Ages.
Oh, okay.
And right when the wheel was invented, and he'd come out with his cane, and he literally would beat the floor with his cane, and he had 15 kids that would just press.
Wow. So they and he still holds this record, correct?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I tell you?
Well, we're having a clock issue here. As the clock is reset to 8 minutes, it says 0-0 on the board. It's 3-0 Bartram Trail early. And as we look ahead tonight, our second 5A semifinal, we'll have Dillard and Lakewood. That should be a good ball game. Dillard 24-40. Mentioned Marcia Pender, 36 years, over 900 wins. In fact, she just won her 900th in the regional tournament. And they'll face the Lakewood Spartans, who won the 4A state title a year ago, moved up to 5A. And Dillard's the defending 5A champs. We got 2 defending state champs coming up in our late game tonight.
Well, and I had the pleasure of watching Lakewood play at Titusville a week ago, and was very, very impressed. They've got size. They go 6'2", 6'1", 5'9" point guard. They've got size. They're very, very long. But, it's all about how you play and react in this building.
Well, again, as I said, for Rickards, their 4th consecutive state semifinal appearance. They're still looking for the elusive state championship under Sharia Davis, who again her 4th year is 87-26 at Rickards overall, 129-38 in her 6th season. A graduate of UCF and Quincy Shanks High School, and Ben Wendell, the head coach at Bartram Trail, his 5th year record of 105-35, a graduate of UNF in Jacksonville, St. Augustine High School. So he has stayed close to home as he leads this Bartram Trail team back to their first semifinal appearance since 2005. Bartram Trail was in the postseason in the last 4 years. Regional runner-up in 2009, district champs 3 of the last 4, now 4 of the last 5 years. 3 of the last 4 years, pardon me. Now they're back in Lakeland. So we're back to action. Mano has it taken away. Now gets it on the baseline. Cross-court pass to the free throw line as Ragland has that ball knocked away, and it ends up in the hands of Alexis Nelson. So Rickards down 3 as Guinea drives, gets the shot, and draws the foul. Chance for a 3-point play for Taisha Guinea.
Well, nice power drive right there, but let's go back. Coggins actually turned the corner and met a brick wall in Shannon Owens and ended up just throwing up something to try to draw a foul. No contact. There was contact, but not enough for an official to make the call. Transition bucket going the other direction.
And Guinea hits the free throw, a three-point play, and we're 3-all now as Rickards gets on the board. The foul on Sarah Ragland, her first team foul. Now Mano across half court for Bartram Trail. Now left wing three is way too strong by Melissa Coggins, and the loose ball rebound ends up with Rickards. Rickards now quickly across half court. Nelson, and she tried to get it inside to Kenesha Jackson, and it went off of the hands of Jackson, so it's out of bounds right back to Bartram Trail.
And right away back into a 2-2-1 full court press for Rickards.
Allie Mano, boy, facing some pressure, gets it across the half court line now to Ragland. Ragland back to French. French drives in, her shot blocked, loose ball on the floor, ends up in the hands of Barlow. Now back to Mano, right wing. Mano driving the baseline, runs out of room, but nice pass to Ragland, who lays it in. Sarah Ragland gets her first basket. Mano heading out of bounds gets the assist, and Bartram Trail takes a 2-point lead, 5-3. Quickly across half court comes Rickards as Guinea is fouled near the sideline.
And she's fouled by Madison French, the 5'11 sophomore.
It's her first. Second team foul. So we'll have an inbounds play coming up for Kenesha Jackson and Rickards.
A lot of youth again on both teams.
Inbounds pass goes to Guinea. Guinea driving all the way in, loses it out of bounds. It's going to be off Bartram Trail though, and it will stay with Rickards. This is our first of two 5A semifinals today on the FHSAA network. Our 2012 FHSAA girls basketball finals coverage. Tomorrow, 6 semifinal games in 6A, 7A, and 8A. So all day long tomorrow on the air. Then Saturday we'll have the championship games for classes 5A, 6A, 7A, and 8A. So 4 games there. Is shot inside, and Shannon Owens is bigger than everyone else, is able to throw it in. Her first basket, and we're tied 5-all. Mano has it stolen away. Here comes Jackson. Jackson will drive in. She'll lay it up and in. Kenesha Jackson with a steal and a layup, and now Rickards has its first lead, 7-5. Ragland and French back and forth. French across half court. Over to Ragland, almost too tall. Ragland will drive all the way in, hit the bottom of the basket with the ball, and the ball ends up in the hands of Guinea. Here comes Rickards the other way, led by Taisha Guinea. Guinea, nice dish underneath, and an easy shot for Jackson. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point Rickards lead, and Ben Wendell takes a timeout as Bartram Trail trails it by 4.
And what's happening is the pressure that Rickards is putting on the guard, and we're talking Allie Mano. Mano is trying to bring the ball up herself. She's got to get some help. They've got to put a person in the middle of the press. They've got to get someone at a 45-degree angle on the press, and that way it gives them options. Everybody's running down the floor, and it's leaving her 1-on-1 against 2 or 1 against 3. And they're getting some quick looks, quick steals, and they're getting transitions going the other way.
And that pressure really working. Mano is being hounded up and down the court, and Ragland's done a pretty good job early, but you're right, the defense, Rickards stepping up the defense the last few minutes. You can tell they're a little bit of a quickness edge over Bartram Trail as the pass goes inbounds to Mano. Mano, the only Bartram Trail player, averages double figures, averaging almost 19 a game. The pass to French, who saves it, but saves it right to Alexis Nelson. It's a turnover. Now Brianna Davis in for Rickards. She lost it. She'll pick it up now on the left wing. It has it knocked away, and Mano now will steal it away. 3-on-2. Mano drives around and scores. Allie Mano off the steal gets the basket, and she has 4. It's 9-7. Quickly the other way. Guinea had it knocked away, stolen by Bartram Trail. French ahead to Mano. Mano drives in, shot short, and the rebound goes to Jackson. Now Jackson in trouble. Loose ball on the floor. And they're going to say out of bounds. So it's Kenesha Jackson. It will be Bartram Trail ball.
You know, in this kind of a game right now, you see a lot of youth. You got a lot of young kids on Bartram Trail. They've got a freshman and 2 sophomores that start. You've got 2 sophomores that actually start for Rickards. So you got a lot of youth.
3 in the right corner, good by Melissa Coggins, the senior. And the first 3 of the game for either team gives Bartram Trail a 1-point lead. And now a steal. Boy, that pressure working. Ragland drives in, has it knocked away. They're going to say Ragland lost it out of bounds. So back and forth we go. Bartram Trail led early. Rickards took a 4-point lead, and Bartram scored the last 5 points. And that brings us to our first media timeout 3:48 to go here, first quarter, and it's a 10-9 lead. Good start for both these teams. As you look at this game, and we talked about all the tradition coming up later for Dillard and Lakewood. If you look at these two teams, you have to say probably they're the underdogs, but you never really want to say that because anybody can win in high school basketball. But really, they are because both Dillard and Lakewood are coming in off state championships a year ago.
Underdogs are always unknown commodities.
Yeah, that's right.
And when you're unknown and unchallenged, they wouldn't have gotten here. People can't bypass either one of these two teams and not plan for them, whoever wins the second game tonight.
Well, I can tell you by looking at Rickards' schedule, they have 8 losses, but some of their losses to PK Young, who just won the 3A title today. They lost to Tallahassee Lincoln, another higher school. FAMU, they lost to by 3. They won the 2A championship. Bartow's always good. So they've had some losses to good teams. Winter Haven as well, who's in the 6A semifinals. They lost twice to FAMU. So Rickards plays everybody. So that's a tough schedule. And they've lost 8 games, but really they've lost to some of the best in the state. And Bartram Trail lost by 29 to Palatka during the season, but then in the regional semis beat them by 24. So they were able to come back and win that one. As Rickards across half court, here's Davis off to Jackson. Jackson right-handed floater. It goes about 10 feet. She has 6.
And you know, a lot of times why a team can come back and beat you is based on maybe your younger kids early aren't mentally ready to play a varsity level basketball game. Later on, they've grown up a little bit.
Well, Madison French drives in, misses the shot, and you're right about that. You look at the Bartram Trail lineup, they start 2 seniors, but also 2 sophomores and a freshman. So a young team for Bartram Trail. And on the other side, Rickards has 2 seniors, 2 sophomores and a junior. So very similar as we have an over and back. As Ragland tried to get the ball at half court, but gets the over and back call, and that'll end up with Rickards with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Both teams shooting decently, 50% for Rickards early, 4 for 8, 4 for 10 for Bartram Trail. 1 for 2 for Bartram Trail from 3-point range. Rickards has yet to attempt a 3. And 3 assists, 3 turnovers for Bartram Trail, 2 assists, 6 turnovers for Rickards. Inside, it goes back out to Ragland. Ragland will get it to French. French now back to Sarah Ragland, and Ragland has it taken away. Here's Guinea heading the other way. She will drive and lay it in.
Mistake by the sophomore.
Taisha Guinea, the senior, with 5, and now stolen away again by Jackson. Jackson back to Guinea. Guinea passes underneath, shot no good. As the foul is coming up, Shaniqua Stokes missed the shot, but she's going to shoot 2. As Bartram Trail will get called for the foul. Madison French picks up her third team foul. And at the line will be the sophomore Stokes, who's yet to score today. 3-point lead for Rickards now, and that pressure again working as they're being able to force 2 turnovers in a row, and Stokes hit the first free throw to make it a 4-point lead.
Ben Wendell, the coach over at the Trail, supporting a nice clean do.
Yeah,
with a lumberjack style
beard.
Man,
yeah.
That's kind of unique, isn't it?
I see a lot of basketball coaches wearing that. See that on your screen, Ben Wendell.
I don't think I could support that.
I know I can't grow that beard, but I know I can grow hair on the top of my head, so I'm not really worried about it. So
well, be thankful you got that.
Second free throw, no good. Almost turned over again by Bartram Trail, but instead kept alive as Brooke Barlow down the left wing over in the corner to Coggins, and Coggins throws it right into the hands of Guinea again. Another Bartram Trail turnover. Here comes Guinea the other way, and she lays it in again. Boy, pressure really getting to Bartram Trail right now. 7 for Guinea. It's a 6-point lead for Rickards, and a foul on the sideline. And Guinea's going to pick up her second, so that's a big call with 2:10 to go in the first period.
The Bears are having problems with the press because they're impatient. They're trying to dribble through a zone press. The best way to go through a press that's a zone press is through passing it. The quicker you can pass it, the more patient you can be, the easier the opportunity is to score.
Ragland inbounds, and here comes Barlow across half court. Now Coggins swings it back to Barlow to Coggins left wing. Under 2 minutes to go, first period now. And a 6-point lead for the Rickards Raiders. Back to the top of the key now. Coggins turns around, now gets it back to Mano right wing. Mano dribbles to the corner, Now with the left hand, dribbles back and had it knocked away, comes back with a good ball movement by Mano, but she hits the bottom of the backboard on the shot, and Rickards with a rebound. Quick run the other way for Jackson. Jackson floater off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. And now we'll try to get it back inside to Nelson, but Nelson had it taken away. And now here comes Allie Mano again. Boy, Mano in a hurry for Bartram Trail. All the way up and under and lays it in. Nice drive again by Mano. It was not going to be denied that time. She has 6. And Bartram Trail back down 4, 16-12, and almost a steal as Jackson comes back up with a loose ball in the backcourt. Now over to Jasmine Harris, and now it ends up in the hands of Kelsey Chisholm. And Chisholm will drive in and lay it up and in. Both teams turning it over plenty in this first period. Last minute of the first quarter, a 2-point lead for Rickards.
But the question is, who can outlast the other one?
Both teams also pressuring. Here's Owens, who threw it away. This is Kelsey Chisholm, the sophomore. And Chisholm now back to Coggins. Now underneath the Ragland. Ragland able to lay it in. 4 for Sarah Ragland. We're tied against 16 all. 6-point run for Bartram Trail. And now almost another steal. It is a loose ball. Chisholm has it. 2-on-2. Passes it to Mano. Mano lays it in. Boy, 8 in a row for Bartram Trail. And Rickards can't even get the ball past half court right now. 20 seconds to go in the period. And Stokes is fouled near half court. That'll be the 4th team foul on Bartram Trail. 16.3 seconds to go here, first quarter.
I'm wondering how they've got it. Oh, they're calling a block foul.
Brooke Barlow gets her first, 4th team foul. And it'll be Rickards' ball with the inbound with 16.3 seconds to go. As Alexis Nelson back in, replacing Shannon Owens.
They played so hard there, they needed a line change. Wrong sport. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it looks like it, though. You see those 5 players come in, you always think of the line change. Now Jackson hit her pass, almost intercepted, ends up in the hands of Stokes. Stokes will drive in, her shot no good off the glass. Loose ball, actually it was Guinea, loose ball on the floor, 2 seconds to go, and we're out of time. Jump ball, nope, 7/10 of a second to go, and the jump ball will keep it with Rickards. 7/10 to go. So Jackson will throw it in. And quickly in, that shot would count, but it was missed by Raven McLeod. So a lot of substitution there at the end of the first period, but we do have a close first quarter. Bartram Trail with an 8-0 run. They lead Rickards 18-16 at the end of the first quarter at this 5A semifinal. We'll take a break and come back to the Lakeland Center in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Marty Paulman along with Coach Rick Victor back at the Lakeland Center. We get ready for the second period of this 5A state semifinal game, and back and forth first quarter. Bartram Trail led early. Rickards came back, took a 6-point lead in Bartram Trail, then goes on an 8-0 run at the end of the period to take a 2-point lead, 18-16, and it's all about pressure. These two teams really turning it over a lot. The defenses have been pretty much forcing these turnovers, and you're right, it's going to be a matter of who can survive the high energy of that early in this game.
Well, not only they survive the high energy, but it's also survive, for example, the how deep does each bench go?
And there's another steal as Guinea takes it away from French. Guinea will head the other way, but she had it knocked away, and they're going to say a foul. Bartram Trail commits the foul. And it's going to be on Allie Mano, her first, 5th team foul now on Bartram Trail as we just started the second period. Leading scorers in the first quarter, Guinea with 7 for Rickards, 6 points for Kenesha Jackson, Shannon Owens with 2, and Shaniqua Stokes with 1. And Bartram Trail, they were led in scoring by Allie Mano with 8 points. 4 for Sarah Ragland, 3 for Melissa Coggins on the only 3 of the period, 2 for Kelsey Chisholm, and 1 for Madison French. And we have a loose ball, jump ball, and the possession arrow will keep it with Rickards. Both teams shot 50% too. Pretty good first period.
We saw more points in the first quarter than we did almost in a half.
In the 4A game, yeah. I think at the half it was 29, 20, 26, 23 or something. This is Gabrielle Figures driving, and she lost it out of bounds. And it'll be right back to Bartram Trail. And both teams 50%, 8 of 16 for Bartram Trail. We had 1 of 2 threes, 7 of 14 for Rickards. And how about 11 turnovers in the first period for Rickards, 6 for Bartram Trail. Mano, her floater, misses everything, but the rebound ends up with Chisholm. Now out to a 3, in and out, no good by Coggins. Put back up and in by Sarah Ragland. She has 6, and Bartram Trail leads it by 4, 20-16. Now driving in, Figures misses a shot, but she's fouled. And Gabrielle Figures will shoot 2 free throws. 16 foul and a half on Bartram Trail, and they're going to call it on Kelsey Chisholm, her first.
Pace of the game is crucial. Right now, both teams are playing at a very high level, high pace. The question is how long they can last and continue to do this.
No good off the back of the rim for Figures, who has yet to score in the game. She'll get a second free throw with 7:07 left here in the period. And substitution will have Jackson back in, replacing Raven McLeod. Second free throw, no good, back of the rim, but rebound won by Alexis Nelson, but she's tied up as Chisholm comes in to tie her up, and the possession arrow will give the ball back to Bartram Trail.
You're seeing some quicker whistles on the tie-ups in this game than we did the 3A and the 4A game, so it makes it a little bit different. I guess, again, adjustment to the way the officials are calling the ball game.
Now Mano across half court. Now swings it back to Brooke Barlow. And now Barlow into the left wing to Coggins. Now back to Coggins for Barlow. Barlow swings it to Chisholm at the free throw line. Chisholm over to Mano. Mano will try a 3 right wing, and that's short. Left front of the rim. Loose ball fought for, and we're going to have a foul. Or did they? Yep, they called a foul, I think, because Brianna Davis got the loose ball. And that is 17 fouls on Bartram Trail as Melissa Coggins gets her first. And that shouldn't that be the 1-on-1, I believe, now with, and yeah, it is. So 1-on-1 coming up for Brianna Davis with 6:41 left here, second quarter. Bartram leading it by 4.
Rickards only has 2 team fouls on so far in this ball game. It's free throw line. Usually we determine whether or not, I don't think the free throw line is going to come into play to determine whether or not this will decide this ball game. I don't think the free throw line is going to come into that. I think it's going to be other factors.
And the free throw's in and out. It's missed. Rebounded by Sarah Ragland. So Davis misses the 1-on-1 Ragland across half court to Barlow, and Barlow had it knocked away. Another steal. Guinea ahead of the pack to Nelson. Nelson missed the layup, hit the side of the rim, and Ragland with a rebound. Now Ragland ahead to Chisholm. Chisholm to half court. 3 right corner, good. Melissa Coggins wide open. It's her second 3 of the half. She has 6, and the biggest lead of the game for either team. Bartram Trail by 7. Shot by Jackson short. Loose ball on the floor. Still fought for. Rickards has it. Owens tried to get it away and ends up being stolen away by Mano. Then Mano had it poked away by Davis, but it'll be out of bounds. Bartram Trail ball. And timeout's going to be taken by Rickards coach Sharia Davis. The first they've used in this first half. 6:04 to go. And Bartram Trail, after being down 6, has gone on a 13-0 run spanning the first and second period. They now lead it by 7, and they're hitting outside shots, but also again continuing to hound Rickards on defense.
What they're doing is they're playing their style of basketball right now. They've taken Rickards out of their rhythm, and by the little pressure, they don't look like they can actually run the floor. When you look at the Trail, it doesn't look like they can really run, but they do a great job. They're long, and that length, they get their hands in the passing lanes. They can put pressure on. They can reach a little bit better just because of that length. They're getting some turnovers, and those turnovers are turning into transition buckets.
That's a good point, because if you look at their team, Sarah Ragland 5'11", Coggins is 5'8", French is 5'11", Mano's 5'7", Chisholm 5'8". So you're right, they do have some length out there on the floor. As we're back to action, driving in, Mano had it taken away. It's stolen back by Rickards. Here comes Guinea now, 1-on-3. Guinea had it knocked away. Oh, a foul coming up. Oh, and Ben Wendell didn't like the call there, but that'll be a foul on Bartram Hill. Second on Brooke Barlow, 8th team foul. It's close to being a ball out of bounds at least, or off of Rickards, but Guinea's going to shoot a 1-on-1. Because again, that's the 8th team foul on Bartram Trail with 5:51 left here, second period. Guinea hasn't scored yet in the second quarter. She had 7 in the first period. And the free throw is good. So now 8 for Guinea. And it's the first point for Rickards in about 4 minutes. They trail it by 6.
Well, game's made of runs.
Yep.
Bartram Trail had a run. Now they've got to see if they can weather a storm this early in the first half.
And the second free throw good for Guinea. She has 9, and it's a 5-point Bartram Trail lead, 23-18. Mano, hounded, gets it across the half-court line, but throws it right to Owens as she was heading out of bounds. Defense cut off Ali Mano that time. Now to Guinea, over to the left wing to Davis. Now Owens will try a long jumper. It's short. Mano with a rebound. Mano on the run. There's nobody back with her. Now Chisholm behind her. Mano drives in, lays it in. Mano doesn't need any teammates there. Takes it in with the left hand. She has 10. Again, averages almost 19 a game, and Bartram by 7. Now pressure. Rickards does barely get it across half court. Now the ball taken away, but it's taken back by Jackson. Jackson hits a floater from about 12 feet. 8 for Jackson, her first basket of the second period. It's back to a 5-point lead. Well, these teams press, and press. Mano across half court. She'll pull up inside the free throw line. Jumper no good. And the rebound ends up, well, it did end up in the hands of Nelson, but she threw it off the foot of Guinea, who again was being pressured, not even off the rebound. Even on the rebound, Bartram Trail's pressuring, and that seems to be wreaking havoc really for both teams.
Well, and you know, I got to say this. I think Mano's trying to do too much as point guard. She's the senior leader. She's got to lead a little bit and get her other teammates involved. Well,
that time Coggins, or Barlow, missed the 3 left corner. Chisholm had the rebound, and she stepped out of bounds. So that time Mano passed off to a wide open Brooke Barlow. Couldn't get the shot to go, but like you said, Mano, maybe a little bit too much she's trying to do is she's turned it over about 3 or 4 times already in this game. There's a takeaway again by Barlow. Now it's a 2-on-2. Barlow drives in and scores. So Barlow with her first basket. It's 27-20. Again, a 7-point lead. Now again on the floor. Guinea saves it. Now to Owens. Now back to Guinea. 27-20. Owens inside. Her hook good off the glass. Owens has 4. And it's again a 5-point lead for Bartram Trail.
And again, pressure on the ball, constant pressure. Both teams pressing.
Barlow threw it to Coggins, who saved it. Back to Ragland, who drives in. She missed the shot. It was too strong. Loose ball on the floor and ends up with Shannon Owens. And now, across half court as Davis gives it to Owens. Rickards with it. As Owens looks to drive all the way up and had it knocked away. It'll be out of bounds back to Rickards with 3:45 to go before halftime, and that will bring us to our media timeout. Bartram Trail 27 and Rickards 22. So again, Bartram had as much as an 8-point lead, and now we've kind of stabilized a bit here after a back and forth start. Bartram took the lead, and now Rickards kind of hanging in there right around 5-7 points.
Well, you know, and again, it comes down to, I think, in this game, how your point guards are playing, and both point guards are playing, I would say right now about average. They're turning the ball over a little bit. There's a lot of forcing going on, and if they get themselves a little bit slower, a little bit more patient offensively, they can direct the traffic and things will go a lot easier for them. I think Mano is doing, you know, she's just trying to put the world on her shoulders. You can tell she's the leading scorer on their team, but when you have your point guard as your leading scorer, that tells me that nobody else, the youth, didn't step up early, and so she put it on her shoulders. She's trying to carry the world. Her teammates can cover a lot of that by getting into great position, and she has to recognize that. On the other side of the coin, when you take a look at Rickards, their point guard, you know, whether it's Guinea or Jackson, you know, Guinea again is one of the leading scorers. And so when your point guards are your leading scorers, you have a little bit of problem. You have to have high assists, a little bit down in the numbers in points per game. You got to have better assists.
And Mano steals it again and then throws it off of Guinea. So another steal by Bartram Trail on the inbounds pass. Ali Mano picks it off. We mentioned too, the next highest average score for Bartram Trail after Mano's 18.8 is Melissa Coggins at 6.7. Mano tried to get into Chisholm and it went on a bounce off of Kelsey Chisholm, and it will be back to Bartram Trail.
And that pass is made way too deep. Once she crossed the free throw line, extended, that pass became, she had to either jump stop or shoot and shoot it, or because she was in no man's land.
15 turnovers now for Rickards, 10 for Bartram Trail. Both teams shooting still around 45-46%. There's another takeaway by Coggins. Now Chisholm has it. Chisholm over to the right wing. This is Barlow, and she traveled. And another turnover with 3:16 to go here in the first half, second period. Now, interestingly enough, though, we mentioned the scores, like 6.7 for Coggins, 6.3 for Ragland, 6.5 for Barlow, pardon me, for French. So, you know, it is Barlow, pardon me. And then you got 18.8, so Mano really takes up most of the scoring attack, although Ragland does average 10.5 rebounds a game at 5'11".
It means that the point guard is doing the bulk of the scoring, and
that's
again,
a lot.
Yeah, really. You got to have probably a great point guard.
Well, Jackson, as Ragland tried to save it, she threw it right to Jackson, and Jackson scores. She has 10, and we're going to have a foul coming up on the inbounds. That's only the third foul against Rickards in the first half. It's on Gabriel Figures. That's her first.
If a point guard is averaging double figures in points, specifically 18, almost 19 points a game, and then you look at what's her assist ratio, she's not to get the ball distributed, therefore she's putting the pressure on herself.
Mano to Coggins. Her three hits the top of the backboard. Loose ball on the floor, saved. Coggins has it near half court. And now we'll get it back to Barlow, and Bartram Trail will set again. Coggins into the corner. Mano for three. No good. Back of the rim. Rebounded by Alexis Nelson for Rickards. Now here comes Rickards trying to push it, led by Davis. Davis threw it right into the hands of Ragland. Did they call a foul? Wow. I didn't see what Ragland did, but she looked like she took the ball right away. But
it was a good call. It was a good call. I had the angle, and she came right across her arms with that. But you know, that it really makes an interesting, you know, a comment again. The modern day basketball style. You know, let everybody get in and shoot, to dictate. I don't mind having a point guard who can score, but I want to be able to have that assist to turnover ratio. I want the assist number up.
Well, Davis, for the second time in the period, misses the front end of a one-on-one. So Bartram Trail up three with the ball. Coggins in the right corner will throw it to the top of the key. Ragland drives in and is fouled. And Sarah Ragland going to shoot two for Bartram Trail. They've only had 2 free throw attempts in the game. They're 1 for 2 as Guinea gets her third. So with 2:12 to go before the half, that's a big call on Taisha Guinea. I think she may have to take a seat for the rest of this half, as Ragland at the line to shoot 2. She has 6 points.
Well, no move by coach to get Guinea out yet. And that's kind of interesting. She's looking down the line.
She's waiting, thinking the sub's coming, but nothing so far, as the first free throw missed by Sarah Ragland.
Shariah Davis' 6th year.
Shariah Davis, that's right. Second free throw, no good. And now taken away. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Guinea, who's staying in the game. Shariah Davis, you mentioned in her 6th season, is keeping her top scorer in the game. Guinea across to Jackson. She'll pull up outside the free throw line. Shot's too strong. And rebounded by Bartram Trail. Here's Chisholm now across half court. Now to Coggins as we have 1:51 left before halftime. Bartram Trail holding on to 3-point lead. They've led by as many as 8. Ragland, top of the key. Now back to Ali Mano. Mano, reverse now, spins around. Top of the key looking for space. She'll throw one up. It's no good, back of the rim. And the loose ball ends up with Rickards. And this is Guinea, quickly the other way. Guinea between 2 defenders, had it knocked away. We're going to have a foul on Bartram Trail. That'll be their 10th team foul. And it would be 2 free throws either way for Guinea, but now there'll be 2 for the rest of the half for Rickards as the foul is on Brooke Barlow. That's her 3rd. So both teams have a player with 3 fouls now. Guinea at the line has 3, but she's going to shoot 2. With 9 points, Guinea today is 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Trying to cut this to a 1-point Bartram Trail lead. The free throw goes, rolls in, and now Guinea in double figures with 10. And we'll have some substitutions. Some Maggie Borngesser and Rachel Karlovich for Bartram Trail. As Barlow will check out with those 3 fouls. And now a free throw for Guinea can make it a 1-point lead in this back and forth first half. Our first of 2 5A state semifinals tonight at 8 o'clock. Kelly Neff will have the call. I'm with Rick Victor, the coach here of St. Pete Lakewood and Fort Lauderdale Dillard. As the second free throw is good by Guinea. She has 11, a perfect 5 for 5 at the line in the first half. And Rickards back within 1.
And so now they've salvaged their leading scorer.
Mano had it knocked away and almost saved. I'm going to say out of bounds was Janice Robinson. And she almost came up with the steal, tried to save it, but stepped on the line. So an inbounds pass for Rachel Karlovich. Karlovich will throw it in to, that's a travel, definite travel on Borngesser, who couldn't decide whether to pass or shoot or, well, dribble, and she didn't do any, so.
That's where coach says 4-letter word, oops.
And timeout taken. Wait a minute, who's referees are discussing?
He goes, what happened?
And I believe, yeah, Rickards does call timeout, so Rickards with the ball will take a timeout with 1:17 to go.
They're giving it to Bartram Trail for the timeout.
Okay, well, my apologies. Bartram Trail calls the timeout. So with 1:17 to go and the Bears holding on to a 1-point lead, Ben Wendell's team takes the timeout. So again, we continue to kind of shift back and forth. It's always a game of runs. We've seen a lot of that here in this first half.
Games are, you're going to have runs, and the question is, when you have them, you've got to be able to weather the storm of your opponent. If you can weather the storm and not relinquish what you built, then you can pull the game out, usually win it. Right now, the Trail had the lead, built it up, and now they're on the verge of maybe losing the lead right before halftime.
Well, Jackson gets it off to Davis. Davis now to a long 2 from the left corner. It's no good by Shaniqua Stokes. Now a loose ball taken back by Jackson, and she'll lay one in with a floater from about 10 feet. 12 for Jackson. Now Rickards retakes the lead by 28-27. Boy, Mano in a hurry, heads the other way. Driving all the way between defenders, lose it. Ooh, it goes into the basket stanchion. And we have a foul as Ali Mano that time took off down the court. And the foul will go on Stokes, her first, 5th team foul.
Marty, I don't know if I'd consider Ali Mano a legit true point guard. I'd consider her more of a scorer. She looks to score first.
Well, as she misses the first free throw, and you never know if that's a necessity. Like you said, if the other players just haven't developed quite like the coach would like, she may feel like, it's tough to know. She feels like she needs to score, but she definitely looks to score first. You can tell as she tries to hit the second free throw and does, so 1 for 2 for Mano. She has 11, and we're tied again 28 all with 46 seconds left first half, second period. Kanisha Jackson across half court. Now swings it to Figures. Figures now looks to drive. She'll pull up from the right wing. No good from 15 feet. Rebounded by Karlovich. And now Mano again Looking the other way now into a double team. Dribbles out. Now at the free throw line, Karlovic will swing it to Coggins. 3 left corner. Got it. Melissa Coggins has 3 threes in the first half, 9 for the game, and Bartram Trail retakes the lead by 3. Nice move by Jackson. She'll pull up again at the free throw line. No good back of the rim. Rebound underneath by Karlovic. 8 seconds left. And now 6-5 ahead to Coggins with 3. And now Coggins in trouble at half court. And they're not going to get a shot off. That will not count for Rachel Karlovic. A little confusion there from Bartram Trail at the end of the first half. But 3 3-pointers in the first half, all for Bartram Trail and all for Melissa Coggins, none for Rickards. And it's a 3-point difference at the half in this 5A semifinal. Bartram Trail 31, Rickards 28. Marty Palmer along with Rick Victor will take a timeout, come back for the second half. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center. We get ready for the second half of our first Class 5A state semifinal tonight, the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. The Bartram Trail Bears leading the Rickards Raiders 31-28. Marty Palmer along with the coach Rick Vickers. We'll look at the first half stats. Bartram Trail at 13 for 30 from the field, 43%. Rickards at 40%, 11 to 27. Bartram Trail 3 of 9 from three-point range. Rickards only tried 1-3, did not make one. At the free throw line, the Bears were 2 for 6, 33%. Rickards 6 of 11, 54%. Rebounds pretty even, 19-18 in favor of the Rickards Raiders. Assists 7 for Bartram Trail, 3 for Rickards. 11 steals for Bartram, 12 for Rickards, and 33 turnovers between the two teams in the first half. 17 for Rickards, 16 for Bartram Trail.
Unbelievable on the turnovers, 33. And the Trail comes out and changes defense immediately. They come out in a 2-3 zone.
As we start the second half, a reminder, if you'd like to buy a DVD of this game, of this broadcast, as Shannon Owens scores inside, like a memory, if you're a family member or a friend or a fan of these schools, go to FHSAAsports.com. You can find every game of the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on DVD. That's, again, FHSAAsports.com. Owens with a steal, and now Guinea will lay it in, and quickly 4 straight points for Rickards, and they retake the lead 32-31.
Again, a turnover cost.
Mano drives in as foul. Mano, boy, if she gets the ball, she is going right to the basket. She's fouled and will shoot 2.
Forget the express line. I mean, this is the blue light special. It's going all the way to the hoop.
She's going all the way to the hoop. Mano will shoot 2, and the first free throw is no good. Mano with 11 points led Bartram Trail in the first half. 6 points for Sarah Ragland, 9 for Melissa Coggins, who hit 3 threes. Kelsey Chisholm with 2, Brooke Barlow with 2, Madison French with 1 for Rickards as Mano hits the second. She has 12. We're tied. We're tied 32 all. For Rickards, 13 points for Daisha Guinea, 12 for Kenesha Jackson, 6 points for Shannon Owens, and 1 point for Shaniqua Stokes on the free throw line. First minute now, second minute of the third quarter. We're tied 32 all. As Jackson misses about a 10-foot floater, but the rebound ends up to Nelson. Now Guinea at the free throw line loses it, and it's picked up, almost stolen away by French, but retrieving in the backcourt is Kenesha Jackson. Now back to Taisha Guinea. Now Guinea will swing it to Jackson, left wing. Now back to Guinea, top of the key. She'll try a 3. It's no good, in and out. And Owens tried to get the rebound, but knocked it out of bounds. Back to Bartram Trail. The Raiders, that's only their second 3-point attempt of the game. They've yet to hit one. Meanwhile, Bartram Trail's hit 3.
Interesting reason to go to a zone here is because the fact is Rickards' points have really come off penetration, and they've decided to see whether or not they can actually shoot jump shots.
Across the timeline, Madison French, and there's a shot short by Barlow from 18 feet, but French with a rebound. Her putback, though, is partially blocked, and now loose ball on the floor, and I think Bartram, they will get French for the foul, taking down the defender. That's the third on Madison French, so she had 2 fouls for much of the first half, and French may have to, it looks like she will stay in with 6:18 to go here in the third period. Both teams now with 1 team foul in the second half.
Watching what the coaches are trying to do here offensively and defensively. Rickards hasn't changed anything defensively.
As Jackson gets it to the baseline, a 15-footer is an air ball by Alexis Nelson. And now French on the move to Coggins. Barlow drives the baseline and lays it in. Brooke Barlow with 4. And she gives Bartram Trail the lead again, 34-32, as Barlow has 4 points. Guinea drives in. Her shot was partially blocked out of bounds. I'm going to say off of Guinea. So Bartram with a 2-point lead. 5:42 to go in the third quarter. And they will inbound the ball. Sarah Ragland will inbound it. You're at the Lakeland Center for the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals, the George Jenkins Arena. Marty Palma along with Rick Victor, the head coach of the Lake Nona High School girls team. That's taken away. Guinea has the loose ball. Now a 2-on-3. Guinea shot blocked by Ragland. And right into Sarah Ragland. Now ahead to Melissa Coggins. And timeout. Officials timeout.
That's what it looked like.
Mano may be shaken up over in front of the Bartram Trail bench. She's saying she's okay.
She's a warrior. She plays.
She plays all out all the time as a senior on this team. Let's see where she'll end up playing college basketball. As ball inbounded for Bartram now on the left wing. Coggins will swing it back to Mano, top of the key. Mano over to Barlow. Barlow now, he'll try a shot. It's short off the front of the rim from about 8 feet. Loose ball on the floor, and Owens comes up with the rebound off the loose ball. Now across half court, it's Guinea. As we approach 5 minutes to go, throws it inside. It's turned over. Now loose ball on the floor. Fought for as French had it. She's tied up. The jump ball, though, will give it back to Bartram Trail.
The zone defense right now that Trail's put on for Rickards is posing problems. Rickards cannot drive the penetration lanes. That means they've got to go to something other than their drive, dribble drive offense.
Well, Mano all the way in, draws the foul again. She took that ball across half court and is going to the line to shoot 2 more. As the foul is on Alexis Nelson, her first. Mano, who's 2 for 4 at the line, will shoot 2 more. We are in the 3rd quarter here at the Lakeland Center. And Bartram trying to add to that 2-point lead as Mano hits the free throw. 13 for Ali Mano, and it's a 3-point Bartram Trail lead, 35-32. And second one straight in for Mano. She has 14 now, and it's again a 4-point lead for the Bears at Bartram Trail, 36-32. Now Jackson to Guinea. Guinea will dribble with the right to her right. Now to Jackson driving all the way in. Floater off the glass, misses. Loose ball on the floor. Ends up with Alexis Nelson. Nelson tried to get inside of Jackson, but stolen away. And then we'll have a foul coming up on Kenesha Jackson as she fouls French. That'll be the second team foul on Rickards in the second half. First personal on Kenesha Jackson.
You take a look at the scoring done by Bartram Trail. You've got 2 kids right now on the floor that have yet to score a single point.
That's inbounded. And French will dribble across half court. Now back to Barlow. Barlow, the freshman, will pull it out with the left hand near half court. Almost had it stolen by Guinea. Guinea right on her. Now over to Coggins left wing. Coggins back to French top of the key. French now looks to drive. Back off to Barlow. Barlow cross court to the left wing. Coggins open for 3. No good back of the rim. And we'll have a foul on the rebound on Rickards. It's going to go on Shaniqua Stokes. That'll be her 3rd. 4th team foul already in the second half on the Rickards Raiders. First half was all Bartram Trail. They committed 10 fouls and Rickards only 5, so we're evening it up, which I guess happens. As a coach, you probably know that might happen sometimes.
Well, usually you try to get it where it's during the game, at the time, not, one-sided when per half.
Coggins misses a 3 on the other end. The floater by Jackson, no good. And Madison French with the rebound. Now French, boy, being hounded, gets it across half court to Coggins, and now she'll get it back to Brooke Barlow. And now she wanted to slow it up, and then it ends up in the hands of Mano. Mano open will try a 3 right wing. It's no good. Off the right of the rim, but rebounded by Coggins. Now back to Barlow. 3 top of the key, no good. Loose ball is on the floor out of bounds. Back to the Rickards Raiders. So Bartram Trail missing a couple of opportunities there.
Well, and you're also seeing them start to take a little bit more threes instead of working the ball inside. And that can be very interesting change and shift offensively thinking.
Well, that brings us to our media timeout. 3:26 to go, 3rd quarter. And Bartram Trail leads Rickards 36-32. So what we've seen so far, we knew coming in that Bartram Trail likes to go through Ali Mano. Well, she has 14 points. She's the only Bartram Trail player in double figures. But Melissa Coggins has also stepped in with 3 threes. The only 3s of the game for either team. She's got 9 big points. And on the Rickards side, they do have 2 players in double figures. They have 3 that average double figures. Guinea with 13. Jackson has 12. Shannon Owens, the other one in double figures, has 6. So they're going through their 3. Definitely the highest scores on the season.
And right now, the thing is, Shannon Owens has got to make herself a little bit better presence. And she's got to get used, and that means she has to post up. She's a wide body. Again, not trying to insult anybody, but a wide body who can use her strength to her advantage. Why? Because the Trails kids are not as wide. They're a little bit thinner. They're taller, but you can use that power against that.
Well, that's what we've seen so far, as it will be Rickards' ball as Gabrielle Figures windbound, and Kenesha Jackson will run the point for the Rickards Raiders. Rickards Raiders from Tallahassee. Bartram Trail Bears out of St. John's County, outside the Jacksonville area. Jackson into the right corner. 3 for Figures is well short. Rebounded by French, and then she hands it off to Mano. Mano will dribble across half court. Turnovers have settled down a bit. Mano drives in and scores. 16 for Mano. And now it's a 6-point lead again for Bartram Trail. 38-32. That's only the second field goal of the third quarter for Bartram Trail. They're now 2 for 9 from the floor. Rickards is also only 2 of 9. And we have a travel.
20 turnovers for Rickards.
Bartram Trail with 19. Rickards with 15 steals. Bartram with 13. Rebounds are fairly even. Right now the difference, Bartram Trail only 3 for 13 from three-point range, but Rickards has only tried 2 and they haven't made any. And it's a 6-point lead right now. Mano will try a 3 right wing. That's going to be an air ball. High arcing shot with the rebound to French. French dribbles the baseline back to Mano. She almost thought about trying again. Now thinks better of it. Now back out to Barlow. Barlow swings it around to Coggins. Coggins inside, nice pass to French, who missed the layup. And Shannon Owens with a rebound.
And those are the kind of plays that coach puts his head in his hands and goes, oh no.
You know about those?
I do.
Driving it. Sorry, it's Guinea.
More than my share.
And Rickards loses it out of bounds, but it was off Bartram Trail. And we'll talk a little bit more about your program at Lake Nona here in a little bit. I know a big season for you, but would also like to see what you have coming back. Only a third-year school after a big year this year as the inbounds pass goes into Guinea. Coach Victor also coached in Michigan and Illinois and Texas, been around. Also at Freedom High School here over in Orlando, which made the state championship game in 6A. That shot good. Is that a 2? That's a 2. It is for Jackson. Her first basket of the second half. She has 14, and now back within 4 is Rickards. Mano driving all the way in, lays it in, and no one's stepping in front of her. That's the other thing. There's really nobody defending Allie Mano. She has 18.
I mean, you know, it's not like it's rocket science.
Free throw line jumper by Guinea's too strong. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll be off of Sarah Ragland. And with 1:23 to go in the quarter, it'll be back to Rickards.
You see a player driving that hard. You know, Coach Davis is wanting to know what her kids are watching.
So it'll be thrown into Owens from Jackson, and Owens traveled. And that's another turnover. Reminder, coming up tonight around 8 o'clock, we'll have our 4th and final game of the day, the second 5A state semifinal. As you will see, the Lakewood Spartans out of St. Petersburg, the Dillard Panthers from Fort Lauderdale, and Kelly Neff will handle the play-by-play along with the coach, Rick Victor, coming up at around 8 o'clock following this first 5A semifinal between Bartram Trail and Rickards. Mano drives the baseline, hits it off the bottom of the backboard, but she's fouled. 2 more free throws for Mano. Didn't see the foul that time.
I didn't either.
And Jonice Robinson picks up her first. That's 5 team fouls on Rickards with 1:10 to go in the period. 2 more free throws for Mano. And the first one is good. She rolls it in. 19 for Mano, 8 here in the third period, and 4 for 5 at the line in the quarter as well.
And they have a chance to have the biggest lead of the game.
And she hits it. She's got 20. It's an 8-point lead. 42-34. Mano has almost half their points. So we approach a minute to go, third quarter. Guinea now off to Owens, top of the key. Final minute of the period. Jackson will pull up. Free throw line floaters, no good. Rebounded by Madison French. Bartram Trail taking advantage of the size against Rickards. Now ahead to Barlow. Barlow drives in, doesn't get it to go, but she's fouled. And Brooke Barlow will shoot 2 more free throws.
You know, they what Bartram Trail is doing is they're attacking the sideline. Everything they do, they run their break. It comes off to the side. They release someone way out in front. They have someone go on the opposite side. So they're running a run out, but they're doing it wide enough to keep all the lanes open in the middle of the floor. Makes it very, very tough to defend, especially find the players when you're running down the floor. You're looking because everybody looks in the middle. They're keeping it wide. Interesting strategy by the coaching staff over at the Trail.
Well, Barlow missed the first, hits the second. She has 5, and it's a 9-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for Bartram Trail, either team, 43-34. 42 seconds to go. Now third quarter is Guinea off to Jackson, top of the key. Now Jackson over to the left wing. Guinea will try a 3, and this time she hits it. First 3 of the game for Rickards. 16 for Guinea. It's back to a 6-point lead. Now pressure, but Barlow gets across half court. The Coggins, who had it and lost it, tried to save it, but it's out of bounds, and it's a Bartram Trail turnover as Mr. Coggins goes into the first row over there, taking out some furniture. But unable to save it, but that's a big time for a three-pointer. Bartram Trail gets their biggest lead of the game, and then the first three-pointer of the game for Rickards by Guinea. And they've only attempted still 3 three-pointers in the game.
Well, they're 1 for 3.
Yeah, not bad. They're actually a better percentage. Bartram Trail has made 3, but they've shot 13, so 23% for the Bears, but they do lead it by 6. Now Jackson will run the point off to Guinea. With 17 seconds now. Guinea over to Figures. Now Figures back to Jackson with 11, now 10. Over to Guinea, 3 right wing, 2 in a row. She knocked it down. 19 for Guinea, and now it's a 3-point lead. 2 seconds of the period. There goes Mano across half court. She's not going to get a shot off. Boy, she goes down hard. Bumped at the end of the quarter, but no whistle as that happened after the period ended. And Mano ran out of time, but 2 threes late in the period by Rickards, by Taisha Guinea. We got a 3-point game, 43-40. Bartram Trail leading Rickards in this 5A semifinal. We'll return to the Lakeland Center in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals in just a moment on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, we head to the fourth quarter of this Class 5A state semifinal, and it's back to a 3-point game. Bartram Trail led by as many as 9. But back-to-back threes by Guinea makes it a 3-point game. We head to the fourth period, and Rickards right back in it. They'll have the ball to start this fourth quarter.
Well, now what you have to do on defense for the Bartram Trail Bears is they're going to stay in this. They're going back to man-to-man. The 2-3 zone gave them a little bit of a blow, a little bit of a break. But Guinea hits 2 threes, so now they got to force and see if they can get some quick turnovers, and they just did.
And it's turned over. Jackson out of control, tried to get it underneath and throw it out of bounds. And we had a two-player game for Rickards, as Guinea with 19, Jackson with 13. That's 33 of their 40 points. And Ali Mano on the other side, 20 of Bartram Trail's 43 points, as the two teams now combined for 42 turnovers.
And they're double teaming her.
Now Ragland gets it in to Barlow. Barlow in between the defenders. She probably traveled. Looked like she did, no call. Threw it a layup over her head, but it's no good. Now Guinea the other way, and she had it knocked away, and it ends up in the hands of Mano. Another Rickards turnover. Now Brooke Barlow is wide open on the run out, and she will lay it in. Barlow with 7, the freshman. And timeout.
And what they're doing is they're checking on Guinea.
So she's shaken up now. We saw Mano get shaken up in the end of the third quarter. 7:33 left. It's a 5-point lead for Bartram Trail, who's shooting 38%, 3 from 14 from three-point range. And on the other side, Rickards also at 38%. Boy, they have exact same numbers, 16 for 42 for both teams.
Isn't that interesting?
2 for 5 Rickards from three-point range. Free throw line, 6 of 11 for Rickards, 8 of 14 for Bartram Trail. Rebounds are 30-26 for the Bears. And we see 13 steals for Bartram Trail, 15 for Rickards, as Rickards now has 23 turnovers, 20 for Bartram Trail. Actually, somebody lose their contact lens. We're looking on the floor like, yeah, I think that's maybe what happened. Yep.
Someone lost their eyeballs.
You can always tell when these people start leaning down on the court looking for something, and the person doing is like, I can't see. That's pretty obvious, a contact lens problem. So It looks like Taisha Guinea lost her contact somewhere along the way. Those are tough to find.
I don't have that issue.
I don't either. I actually have decent. I don't need.
Someone said, why don't you wear contacts? I said, I can't get used to my finger going to my eyeball.
No, I know. I agree. Looks like she did. So it looks like Guinea found her contacts.
So should we say success?
Wow.
She found her
very
eyeball.
Nice. Yep, she's putting it in her right eye. So
all right.
We're right on top of it.
She could have closed her right eye and used her left eye to shoot.
Yeah, that is, I even have a hard time looking at somebody poking their finger in their eye, but there we go. Guinea will have to sit for a little bit. I'm sure she'll be back soon.
As soon as the play comes in, she's checking right back in.
And inbounds pass goes to Owens, almost lost it, but she'll hand it off to Jackson. Marty Paulman along with the coach Rick Victor, the head coach of Lakeland High School in Orlando, as Barlow trips up Kenesha Jackson. Barlow will get her 4th foul. 3rd team foul in the second half on the Bears. So an inbound pass for Jackson. That is 4 on Barlow. And
white ball when we come back.
Timeout called. They never point towards who the timeout is going to be. I would say Rickards will take the timeout. They have the ball. So Rickards takes the timeout with 7:24 to go. So entire period still to go here in Lakeland. And it's 45-40, Bartram Trail leading in. And the winner of this game will play coming up Saturday. It'll be the first game on Saturday, the 5A state championship game, 10:05 a.m. against the winner of our game coming up between Dillard and Lakewood. So a 30-second timeout. Both teams now with 3 remaining. And we will see Jackson inbounding for Rickards. Now into Owens. Owens used to drive, ran into 4 Bartram Trail players. Now back out to a 2 top of the key. No good by Figures. Owens with a rebound. Lost it, had it knocked away. It ends up in the hands of Madison French. Now French over to Coggins. Coggins back to French, and French will swing it over to Chisholm. Kelsey Chisholm, right wing. Now to French, she fakes. Looks to drive, shot at the glass. Good. Madison French with a nice drive. That's her first basket of the game. She has 3, and it's 47-40 now. A trap near half court and stolen, but now the ball on the floor, and it's tied up. Jump ball possession. Arrow will give it back to Bartram Trail. 6:51 to go, and Bartram has extended this lead again.
Extended the lead, and again, it's a game of runs. The Trail had one early in the 3rd, built it up. Rickards came back. Now all of a sudden the run is going back to the Trail.
Now Ragland trying to inbound. She does get it into French. French will hand it back to Ragland. Almost went over. Oh, they say she stepped out of bounds. Ragland was worried about going over and back, and instead stepped on the sideline. And substitution quickly back in is Gabrielle Figures for Rickards.
Yeah, you take a look at these 2 teams and you say, goodness gracious, the youth on the youth movement.
They really are. They both start 2 sophomores. One starts a freshman, as that's an air ball by Figures from 15 feet. Ball out of bounds, back to Bartram Trail. And Bartram Trail starts a couple of sophomores as well as a freshman and 2 seniors. And Rickards starts 2 sophomores, 2 seniors, and a junior. A lot of young players coming off the bench too. Chisholm with a nice pass underneath, and it's an easy lay-in for Coggins. Coggins is in double figures with 11 off the assist from Kelsey Chisholm, and now it's a 9-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the game for Bartram Trail.
And now the Trail goes back to their 2-3 zone.
Jackson over to the left wing to Guinea. Guinea will dribble to the baseline. Up and under shot is no good. Off the glass, loose ball. Jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it back to Rickards. So with 6:01 left, it will stay with the Rickards Raiders.
Good changing of defense right here by Bartram Trail.
Inbounds pass goes to Guinea. Guinea had it tipped away, stolen away by Chisholm, but then coming back up with it this time is Jasmine Harris, who's now in for Rickards, and she'll hand it off to Guinea. Guinea over the left wing. This is Jackson now to Guinea. She'll try a 3, right wing. It's short, and the loose ball ends up in the hands of French. French had to get it to Mano. It's knocked out of bounds off Jackson, and it will be Bartram Trail ball.
Mano hasn't touched the ball basically in the fourth quarter yet.
Yeah, she has not after scoring 9 in the third quarter. They are doubling her at every drive. Now she gets the inbounds pass here. Now in between 3 defenders. There she goes all the way in, and that time she forced one, and that went off the bottom of the backboard looking for a foul, and that was just a little bit out of control by Mano, and she turns it over. 5:30 to go. She has 20 points tonight. She had a lot of shots tonight. She's had a pretty good percentage, 7 of 17, not terrible. 4 for 6, 6 of 8 at the line. She's 0 for 4 though on 3-point range, but still leading the way with 20. Missed a steal there. Jackson over to Guinea. Guinea will drive it to the baseline. Now back out to the left wing, back out to the top of the key. Jackson swings it back to Guinea. She'll drive the baseline again, and she's fouled. Guinea is fouled on the baseline. And they're going to get Madison French for her 4th foul. It's only the 3rd team foul, the second up on Bartram Trail. So we'll have an inbounds pass coming up for Kenesha Jackson.
I got to say this. I'm watching Coach Wendell over on the side of the trail there. I don't think I've ever seen a more animated coach in a lot of years. I mean, he's works that sideline.
Ragland rejects the shot by Guinea.
Unbelievable, Marty. Just unbelievable.
Chisholm on the run out. Her shot blocked by Jackson out of bounds, but it'll stay with Bartram Trail. He is very.
There's no such thing as a coaching box. He goes from water tank to half court.
I always wonder why they have that coach's box, because nobody ever really pays attention to it. And that's what do we have? Timeout. Wendell got a timeout. Ben Wendell and Bartram Trail take a timeout. They were in danger of a 5-second call. So Bartram Trail will have 2 timeouts remaining with 5:04 to go in the game. But they do have a 9-point lead. And right now, again, they've extended this lead, which was 3 going in to the 4th period.
At this point right now, he's trying, both coaches are in their huddles. Trail is in there right now saying, look, we've got a 9-point lead. Let's just take care of the basketball. Extend it when we get a chance. If they go to the fouls, we've got to be able to finish at the free throw line, make sure we make our free throws. On the other side, with Rickards, she said, we've got to get some good shots. We've got to get some shots in a hurry, but we don't have to panic at this point because you're only 3 possessions down. 3 possessions or nothing. We don't have to live and die at the arc. We can get an and one if we attack the bucket, but we've got to do a great job of defending, and we're not doing that. They really are not. Mano is kind of driving. She looks like she's riding one of the Disney rides. In and out, up and down. Is allowed to drive the length of the floor all the way to the bucket. That's not good defense.
Rickards has not scored in almost 3 minutes here in the 4th quarter, so a 3-point lead now gone to 9 for Bartram Trail as the Bears inbound. This is Rachel Karlovich, who's back in with French on the bench with 4 fouls. Out to Kelsey Chisholm. Now Chisholm looks to dribble to the right wing. Now back out to Mano. And Mano now will take some time.
They're going to a 2-1-2 spread offense.
We'll run some clock here. Cross-court pass to Coggins. And there is no shot clock, as we reminded before. Coggins to Chisholm. Now 4.5 to go. Chisholm near half court. She'll dribble to the top of the key. Now to Karlovich, deep right wing. Karlovich just dribbles around and gets it back to Mano. Mano pushed down right into the Bartram Trail bench in front of one of the coaches. The foul on Alexis Nelson, her 2nd. 17 fouls, so a 1-and-1 for Allie Mano. 4:20 to go, and now Bartram Trail will shoot free throws for the rest of this game. If there's a foul, 1-and-1 for Allie Mano.
She's going to need an ice whirlpool bath.
She has hit the floor a lot tonight. This free throw rolls around every part of the rim and rolls in.
That makes it an all-around good shot.
That's as long as it goes in. Got to have that shooter's roll. She does. It's a 10-point lead. You're right. As long as it goes in, it doesn't really matter how, right?
Well, no. If it goes all around, it hit all 4 sides. It went around the world.
That's a good touch, right? You can hit every part of the rim and it
shooter's
can
touch.
in, right? Second free throw this time, it's straight through. That's
that's what they always do. They always make the hard one, first one. They get the second one, and they go bottom net.
So 22 for Mano. It's an 11-point lead. First double-digit lead of the game for either team. 51-40. Guinea drives the baseline shot, blocked again by Ragland. And again, the size advantage of Bartram trail inside. But the loose ball on the floor is taken away by Jasmine Harris. That shot's no good. She has it taken away by Ragland. And again, Ragland with another board. Ragland now in trouble in front of the Bartram trail bench, off to Mano. Mano to Chisholm, and now Bartram will take a timeout. As a lot of confusion there. Bartram trail will only have one timeout remaining, but they have 3:55 to go. And a 11-point lead, 51-40. It will be Bartram trail ball, as Ragland tonight now has 13 rebounds. She has played well, as she averages 10.5 boards a game. She has 6 points, has turned it over 7 times, but does have the big 13 rebounds. And on the other end, Mano with 22. She has 5 steals tonight as well to lead the Bears of Bartram Trail.
She also has 3 very crucial blocks.
Yep.
And that's a statistic. They list her, and I'm double checking my notes here, but they list her at 5'11", but her wingspan is longer than her body. I think her wingspan, she probably plays closer to almost 6'3",
okay,
6'4", just because of her wingspan.
Yeah.
And so when she gets her arms straight up and you attempt, she has great position. She's very fundamental.
So does that mean now, when you say something like that, I've heard that wingspan before, as Mano is hounded and gets it to Karlovic somehow. Karlovic in the right wing in trouble, and that pass tipped out of bounds. Is a guy like Dwight Howard, who's 6'10", what's his wingspan, like 7'5" or 7'4"?
He has about a 7'5" wingspan, which is.
So you can.
But I coach in Dwight's camps. I've coached his camps.
Mano nails the 3 from the right corner. Her first 3 of the game, and it's now a 14-point lead for Bartram Trail. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and it's kind of fun is because, he shakes your hand and like my hand disappears.
I've never been up close to the guy. As the drive shot in, no good by Jackson. She had her own rebound. Ragland went down hard with a rebound, and we've got a foul on Rickards on the rebound.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Actually, they said that was a 2.
Yeah.
The other end, pardon me.
A quick story. The first year I coached Dwight's camp, he had just come back from Beijing in the Summer Olympics.
Oh, yeah, 2008.
And I had just come back from the state finals that year and got my ring. And he saw my ring. He says, "Coach, let me see your ring." I said, "Let me see your gold medal." He gave me his gold medal.
Wow.
I gave him my ring.
That's pretty cool.
And he goes, I want this ring. I said, I'll tell you what, go earn it.
And he still hasn't got that ring yet.
He hasn't gotten that ring yet.
Ragland misses the front of the one-on-one.
People keep hoping he'll stick around,
It could still happen. Doesn't seem likely, but you never know. As Guinea throws it cross court to now Makisha White, who's in. Guinea will try a 3 top of the key. It's short. Into the corner, saved by White. And then White had it taken away, and it ends up in the hands of Ali Mano again. Well, she is near the basketball every time. She's going to get bumped or lose out of bounds. It's actually off Rickards. No foul call. With 2:58 left, it's 53-40. Mano actually had a 2 from that right corner, so she has 24. Thought it was a 3, but still the largest lead of the game for Bartram Trail, as they seem to be kind of wearing down Rickards here in this fourth quarter. Rickards has not scored still in a little over 5 minutes, and there's a foul. Jackson commits it at half court, and that is the 10th team foul, and that'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way for Bartram Trail. And it seems like a little bit too much size and a little bit too much pressure for Bartram Trail. They've just been hounding Rickards. That's actually only the 9th team foul, so 1-1 for Mano.
A lot of pressure by, and I'm impressed with it, that they can sustain the effort, which means that they're very well conditioned.
And French back in with 4 fouls, replaces Karlovic, who had a 4 or 5 big minutes there in this fourth period, as Mano misses the shot. It's short. Ball out of bounds. What are we going to say? Bartram Trail ball. And the Rickards fans are protesting to no avail. It normally isn't to avail. The officials make the call. And the inbounds pass from Coggins. She'll get it back. Try a 3 left wing. Ooh, in and out, no good. Ragland with a rebound. Had it taken away. Gets it back. Puts it up and in. Sarah Ragland with another offensive board. She has 8 now, and it's now a 15-point lead, 55-40. Jackson to the right wing. Floater is good. First basket of the fourth quarter for Rickards. It took him almost 5.5 minutes. Jackson with 16. It's 55-42. Jackson with a near steal. Mano comes out with it, and then Jackson trips Mano, and she'll get called for her third foul. Be a little frustration there. But Jackson was going for the ball, and that is now 10 team fouls on Rickards, so we'll have 2 free throws coming up for Allie Mano.
When you don't score points in the fourth quarter and you're in this level of play in the season, your chances of winning are almost nil. And it took 5.5 minutes almost for them to score their first bucket.
As Mano hits the free throw again. She averages 19 a game coming in, 25 tonight. 56-42. That's actually the 4th foul on Kenesha Jackson. And the second free throw rolls in, and there's that shooter's roll again for Allie Mano. 57-42. Rolls it across half court to Jackson. Now over to Guinea. Guinea will dribble in, try about a 15-footer. It's short. Rebound ends up with French, and now Ragland will take it across half court. Ragland dribbles to the right wing, now back to Mano, and Bartram Trail will spread it out again. All really Rickards can do is foul, and Owens commits the foul on Mano. That's her second.
This game changed when Trail went to the 2-3 zone. Rickards is a penetrating type team. They're off a dribble. They like to drive. As soon as the Trail went to the zone and made them jump shooters, it took them completely out of offensive rhythm.
Mano misses that free throw. 26, as we said, for Mano tonight. At the line, she is now 10 of 13. So she's done a good job at 10 now of 14. And the second free throw, every part of the rim goes in.
I think she practices that shot.
27 for Mano. It's 58-42. As we now approach 2 minutes to go in this 5A state semifinal game from the Lakeland Center. Winner will play the winner of our upcoming game between Lakewood and Dillard in the 5A championship game Saturday morning, 10:05 a.m. That shot no good by Guinea, and we'll have a foul on Rickards on the rebound. So it looks like Rickards, for the 3rd year in a row, is going to be knocked out in the semifinal round.
I think at this point, too, I think Coach Davis needs to make sure her kids understand, hey, let's just play D, don't foul if you don't have to. You know, there's no such thing as a 16-point bucket. Actually,
this will be the 4th year in a row that Rickards has made it here, and they lost in that semifinal round 3 of the 4 years as the free throw is good for Brooke Barlow. She now has 8, and she'll get another free throw. That's the 3rd foul on Shannon Owens, and Barlow hits the second. 9 for Barlow. It's 60-42. This was a 43-40 game coming into the fourth quarter. So far, 17-2 in favor of Bartram Trail in this fourth quarter. Guinea will try a 3. It's too strong. French had the rebound. She's tied up by Owens. Jump ball will give it back to Rickards. Pardon me, to Bartram Trail. 1:46 to go. Now into Mano, and Mano quickly around the defenders across half court again, as Rickards chasing Mano as they have been most of the game. Over to Brooke Barlow, and Barlow is fouled, and that will be it for Kenesha Jackson. She will foul out with 16 points. And 1:36 to go, and once again, Rickards already over the 10 foul limit, so it'll be 2 free throws for Brooke Barlow. And Jackson with 16, Guinea with 19. Jackson had the only basket of this quarter so far for the Rickards Raiders. And you said early in the game, the pressure, will it take its toll? It has taken its toll in the fourth period on the Rickards Raiders.
It did, and you know, the thing about this whole game is I didn't feel the free throw line was going to dictate it. I didn't think that the rebounding was going to dictate. I thought this game was going to be determined in the intangibles, the other factors of a semifinal, and it did. I think all the pressure that was put on the youth, you know, Bartram Trail, you know, looks like a team that, you know, really when you look at them, you know, they're long, they've got that length, but what can they do? And they play very, very well together.
Guinea's three is partially blocked. Ends up in the hands of Borngesser as Barlow hit both free throws. Brooke Barlow's in double figures with 11. The freshman coming in. There's a steal. And this is going to be a run out and a layup for Makisha White. And it's 62-44. Cross court to Barlow, and trying to go for the steal was Guinea, and she commits the foul. That's her fourth. And we'll have two more free throws coming up for Brooke Barlow, who was 4 for 4 at the line in this period. So Bartram Trail was going to move to 23-6. They're going to play Saturday morning at 10:05 a.m. against the winner of our upcoming game between Lakewood and Dillard, and Rickards will end their season at 21-9 as the first free throw is good for Barlow. She now has 12, and it's 63-44, and the free throw shooting has been very good for Bartram Trail, especially in this fourth quarter. And I believe the starters coming out, that's Coggins. Barlow hits the second, and she's going to come out. She's made 6 free throws in a row, and the Bartram Trail fans on their feet as their team's going to move on to the state championship game, looking for their first state title in the history of the girls basketball program. 64-44, 20-point lead. Bartram Trail has won softball titles before in the state. They've won so their football team this year made it to the regional final round. They've had a very good football program, but now they're looking to win, I believe, maybe their first girls basketball titles. Guinea hits a three. First basket of the fourth quarter for Guinea. She has 22 at 64-47. Guinea with a steal, and she loses it though underneath. Mano still playing to the end. Takes it right away. Ooh, and then she's fouled. And again, down to the floor goes Mano. 41 seconds to go.
This might be a great opportunity to get her out of the game.
And I think they're going to. We have 2 Bartram Trail players waiting at the scorer's table as the foul's on Makisha White, her first. And she'll get a good hand, the senior will, you got to think, as the reserve Samantha Tarano coming in. And after these free throws, I think you'll see Allie Mano come out. 2 more free throws, and she hits the first. That's 28. As now Kayla Jones will replace Madison French in the Bears lineup. 65-47. And the second free throw is no good, and they can't get her out of the game.
She did that on purpose. No, I'm just...
Well, they can't get her out, though, unfortunately, because they're waiting for the loose ball. On the other end, White will put up a floater. It's no good from about 12 feet. Loose ball ends up with Mano, and just if they foul her, they're not going to foul her now. The ball goes out of bounds, and now Allie Mano is going to check out with 25.9 seconds left. And what a performance tonight for the Bartram Trail senior. One of the highest, maybe the highest point total of the week we've seen in any game. 28 for Mano, and now in the game is Caitlin King. She's fouled in the backcourt.
And again, at this point, I would say stop fouling. Stop fouling. I mean,
second foul on Makisha White.
You should stop fouling about 2 minutes ago.
Some teams don't like to give up, but Bartram
that's
Trail.
That's not giving up. That's not giving up.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's not giving up. That's playing smart, hard defense.
Yeah, instead of just fouling.
Because you don't. If you're 16 points down, and you've got a minute and 20 to go, you don't have a 16-point play.
Yeah, that's right. Guinea misses the three. That's a better point. As the rebound ends up with Karlovich, and time going to run out with 9 seconds. Run out, and there's a layup for Kayla Jones. The senior gets some playing time in the state semifinals, and she scores the basket, and that's it. Bartram Trail storms the floor like they won the state title. They are very excited. But hey, you win in advance. It's an exciting time. They'll play for a state championship coming up Saturday morning. 67-47 the final. The Bartram Trail Bears beat the Rickards Raiders. And boy, it'll be a big game for them Saturday. They're going to get a tough opponent in Dillard or Lakewood, but you really like what you see from Bartram Trail tonight.
Well, I think when you take a look at the 2 teams that are coming up, we'll talk about how they'll match up, once we see who that is. But I tell you what, I was impressed with the trail. I really was. I was impressed with their game plan. I think that the change of the defenses really posed a problem to Rickards, and they didn't shoot the ball very, very well. And when you're not shooting the ball well at this time, at this point of the season, you know, unfortunately, you make it to the Final Four, but you don't have a chance to go on to the finals.
All right, Coach, good working with you again. Coach Rick Victor, and you want to buy a DVD of this broadcast or any game in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals, be sure to go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. Coming up, our second 5A semifinal. Kelly Neff will have the call along with the Coach Rick Victor between St. Petersburg, Lakewood, and Fort Lauderdale Dillard. Our final score again in this 5A semifinal, the Bartram Trail Bears 67, the Tallahassee Rickards Raiders 47. I'm Marty Palmer saying so long for now from the Lakeland Center on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.